All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get situated here. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Turn the volume down just a little bit here also, so I ain't blowing anybody's eardrums out. Let's see. So, tonight on Mudslide Media, brought to you by the Quick Finishers Racing League. On iRacing, we're going to be going about down to Texas for the Mine is Bigger 180. Or Mine is Bigger 180. Whatever. We're going to be going down to Texas where everything is supposed to be bigger anyway. Do 100, let me see, we've got 120 laps to go. Do some qualifying and everything. Also get some practice in. We'll be in the Gen 4 the Gen 4 ARCA series cars. So supposedly this track is going to be the throwback to 2018, I do believe, but I'm not for sure just yet. Let me double check that and see. Get the track info. I've went and changed a few things in the slideshow, showing y'all some previous winners and at different racetracks and everything, and also showing y'all the gen cars that we run. I will also try and go out and put out the schedule that I know as it is standing. So with that being said, though, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this league and try and get everything started. Then we'll go ahead and bring up the other guys that are racing, let y'all listen to their comments and their comments and stuff as they race tonight. So let me see if I've got everything going right. Should be seeing stuff now, but I don't know if y'all are or not. Oh, okay. There we go. Got that one up. Let's see. Trying to figure out why this one is not working right. So, hang on. Oops, Facebook reminder. All right. So I'm not test driving anything. Need to see all the drivers out there. Make sure that that's off. trying to stay live, but I don't know why my Twitch isn't going as live as everybody else. So we're taking a look, gonna see who all's in the practice session. Oh, I might need to pull that part up. This way y'all have a ticker. And can see who all's in the race right now. Let's see. Why is it not working for me the way I want it to? So we're a little bit early tonight. There are only 3 individuals in the practice session right now. That would be Tyrone Yo and Kenneth Pack and Curtis SUV Sovereign. So what I'm going to do is transfer over to the general chat and listen in with them, see what they have to say. And go live. That's what I need to do.
God, I'm here. I'm just thinking. Okay.
This track is good in 3 and 4 and Porsches in 1 and 2.
All right, gentlemen. I'm going to put the broadcast on to this channel so that y'all can be talking and explain some stuff. I've got to go do a couple of things real quick, but I will be back before the start of qualifying. So, yes.
I wouldn't leave it on us.
Yeah, don't.
I would not do that.
Why not? You're not going to get me fired.
This guy's bought and paid for it. Why would you want us to be on here live?
Yeah,
They don't curse me.
you know how we are.
I don't care.
You can leave it. You can leave it running. Just don't leave it with where they can hear us. It's probably not a good idea.
Just leave it on me. It'll be interesting.
Leave it on. Yeah, okay.
You can leave it on Kenneth. It'll just be me passing him.
Well, right now I have it
My
on.
ass.
The
I'm
only one
tired of
that's.
you. I'm gonna take care of you tonight.
Just like in Vegas.
I know. If I'd have had some more laps, damn it. That's the way it goes.
But yeah, I got to step away for a few minutes.
Step away then, gosh.
Don't leave it on us. Larry, have you watched the Netflix special about Bubba Wallace?
No, there is one?
Yeah, it's called Race with Bubba Wallace.
I'm going to watch it on the illegal site so that he doesn't get any. We're still on fucking YouTube.
Haven't seen it.
The broadcast got me. It said, I'm still on fucking YouTube, and then it clicked off. No, it's still playing. I can still hear it.
I don't need y'all to come in here, 'cause I'm P1 right now.
Somebody call Mark and tell him he's hot micing.
Hang on.
SDK. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry that I was taken away for a few minutes, and now I am back. We're gonna sit here, go through the lineup of a couple of folks today. Looks like they're fixing to get ready and have a pit party. Kurt. So let's go through the field, take a look, see who all is here. Also see how much time is left in the session. We've got just under 21 minutes left in the session here. Let's go ahead and hide that. This is showing you the current status of everybody's time and everything, how much is left in there. So tonight's racers will start at the very top with the number 48. Let's see. The number 48, which was Adrian G. Schumacher. Now, Mr. Schumacher and I got together a little bit earlier, and I went through and tried to delete some of my temporary files so that I could be able to see what car he has, but unfortunately, it didn't work. So let me see if maybe refreshing all the cars will work. We're going to knock out everybody's car real quick and see if the paint scheme comes back in. Nope, that did not work. Alright, so Mr. Adrian Schumacher is racing the Sunburst 48 in my eyes. Then we have Larry Stubblefield racing the 82. The Night Owl Sewing, which is sponsored by his wife. Then Mr. Kenneth Pack is racing in the number 16, black, red, and blue 16. Then we have in the number 74, Mike Lickety Split Lickens actually, but I call him Lickens. Then inside the vehicle we have James Babyface Nelson in the 75 black and color Chevrolet. You see it sitting there. Sponsored by Crutchfield because his last name is Crutchfield. Then Curtis SUV Sovereign will be driving the Monster Energy 54 tonight because his favorite driver happens to be Ty Gibbs. Next we have Tommy Ozzy Osborne in the number 1 white, black, and red. Next to be Tyrone Yo in the Rusty Wallace favorite number 2 Miller Light Car. Then we have coming onto the track in the number 98 John Anthony driving the Skull Bandit green and white 98 tonight. And of course everybody's favorite Colton Lanford for the Lanford Nation driving the Budweiser 25 tonight. Let's go ahead and get off of that. We have roughly 16 minutes left of the race or of practice going on. With that 16 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, I suggest y'all go out, get some popcorn, get some good drinks. Greg Barnett would love for you to have some Dr. Pepper, also known as Little Sweet for him. Tonight's event is brought to you by Mudslide Media. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. I generally race the number 4 or the number 76, depending on where I'm racing at. The reason being is because I'm a Kevin Harvick fan, but 76 is also my favorite year due to the fact that's when I was born. We are racing here in Texas at the Texas Super Speedway. I won't say it's super, but I will say the Texas Motor Speedway. This race will be interesting to see how these Gen 4 cars handle the track tonight. See if each one of the drivers can be able to handle it, take care. As you can see, the cars get real loose and will slide up the track and everything. As we're watching 3 of the drivers try to run together. However, if you notice, Schumacher is right behind these gentlemen, and he has a way of making this car just go wherever he wants to go out there tonight. So let's get back to the exciting part. Ooh. We were watching somebody lose control. John Anthony's entering the pits, but it looked like he went off track just a little bit. So we're back on to watching the excitement as Larry Dell is coming out of turn 2 just a little bit on the sideways side. That back end is trying to catch the front end. It looks like coming. Oh, we just watched Colton Lamford fight the big one there. Let's see if he's still alive. Yep, he is still alive and able to go into the pits under his own power. Did not need to be towed. What y'all hear is me opening a can of Pringles. I will try to be professional and not munch and crunch too loud on the screen or on the microphone. So, but I may be mute for just a few seconds while I do chow down on a Pringle or two, because I do like my barbecue Pringles. See, now there's somebody in here and I can't tell you who it is just yet. Maybe later. So we'll have a pretty interesting night. We'll watch all these racers go around. They're doing 120 laps tonight on this 1.5 mile track. That ain't right. Is it 1.5 miles? I gotta check my data on this track. I do believe that I just told Jens a fib and said that this was a 1.5 mile track, but I do not know for sure. So give me 1 second. Let me get some information here. Let's see. I'd hate to be telling y'all a lie. No, it is 1.5 miles, which means that tonight's 120 laps will be 180 miles. Okay. So it is mine is bigger 180, which will be a fun time tonight. We'll find out who the lucky winner will be and everything. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I had a pretty good weekend this weekend going to the NASCAR All-Star race in my hometown in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. I got to take my wife and we created some great memories and whatnot. If you follow me on Facebook, you will see that some of the pictures and videos from the NASCAR race that I was there with. Now, this season, unfortunately, we were not able to get a Facebook or YouTube or Twitch channel brought up for the Quick Finisher Racing League or Mudslide Media. So what I am doing is broadcasting everything from my personal broadcast, and everything is paid for and brought to you by me. However, the races themselves are brought to you by Curtis Sovereign and James Nelson and Jamie Mullins, and maybe one or two other individuals. If you would like to help get into the Quick Finishers Racing League, you can contact me in my Facebook page or send a message through YouTube or Twitch, and we will get with you as we watch Kenneth Pack and Larry Stubblefield have a nice little friendly quarrel right there, because they are both very, very fast out on the course, but only during practice do they like to mess around and give each other a hard time. Intentionally. Out on the course during the race, everything is professional. Nothing is intentional. If it is intentional, then penalties are thrown at that time. If for at any time we see something being done intentional to harm or hinder another driver, penalties are assessed at the end of the race. In the next race, you may see one of your drivers penalized a major amount. We do points in this race every week. Each driver gets 1 point for being the leader of the race, plus they get extra points for leading the most laps. Then, of course, you have first place, second place, third, so forth through the entire field. As it stands right now, speaking of points, let's go ahead and take a look at the before points if I have them available. Trying to show them to you, but it does not look like I am capable of it. Might be because I'm in the wrong area, I don't know. No. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not able to show you the point standing as of right now. Let's see. It might be because... Anyway, let's go ahead and hide this up. We do have available the current race information. Let me go, sorry. Alright, so we are doing the the Mine is Bigger 180 in the Gen 4 Cup Series, week number 8 at Texas Motor Speedway. This race is being hosted by Mudslide Media, brought to you by the Quick Finisher Racing League. The current weather is 77 degrees with a 56% chance of rain. It is partly cloudy. The winds are north by northwest at 2 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and I just had that. Let's see. Let's see if I can show you the points. I have it here, but it's not letting me show it to you. It might be because of the fact that we're in the practice session and I'm still learning how to do points and everything. So don't need to know the race. See what the lap times are averaging right now. Ooh! Tyrone and Jason Nelson got together there, decided to have a little bit of fun. Let me go ahead and empty that out. We've got 4.5 minutes left before qualifying starts. When the qualifying does start, we will jump around and take a look at each of the drivers and see how they stack up against everybody else. With us having 4.5 minutes left of practice, I would like to say thank you for coming out. Thank you for enjoying being here tonight and watching the race with us. Hopefully you have a good time and will enjoy yourself. Quick Finishers Racing League is a friendly league of gentlemen who have gotten together, and most of us are working together. We know each other on a individual basis, not only as on iRacing, but we know each other personally from work, or we know each other from friendships that we have built over the years. The QFRL was started by Curtis Sovereign, Jamie Mullins, and James Nelson. Mudslide Media was brought to you by myself, but whenever I started broadcasting, it wasn't called Mudslide Media, anything like that. I actually asked these guys for a name to come up with to help get me out there. And these gentlemen are the ones, every racer here is the ones that came up with the name Mudslide Media. I'm actually retired Army. Some of the other individuals are Navy, Air Force. I don't think we have any Marines, but I could be wrong. I do believe most of them are Navy, Army, and Air Force. So we do not have that many crayon eaters in the pack with us at all. Each individual driver is responsible for their own personal comments and beliefs. None of this is scripted. None of the races, none of the things that I have to say are scripted. Everything that is brought out there is personal beliefs and personal experiences and whatnot. I am no way, nothing I say reflects on anything that any of the other individuals say, and nothing any of the other individuals say reflect on me or them themselves or the other drivers. It is their personal belief only. We have less than a minute left in practice. So, currently, Larry Stubblefield is our points leader. I cannot tell you who's next, but Larry, when I looked at the point standing last, Larry Stubblefield was the points leader. Give me 1 second and I'll tell you how the breakdown is. Okay, go back here. So, Larry Stubblefield has 312 points. Mike Likens is in second place with 273 points. James Babyface Nelson is in third place at 270. Tommy Osborne is in fourth place with 257 points. Curtis Sobran is in fifth place with 247 points. Adrian G. Schumacher, 244. Greg Barnett is bringing around 227 points. John Anthony is in 8th place with 224 points. Kenneth Peck has 204 points. Tyrone Yo, 203 points. Miklas Radanovics has 193 points. Jim Hubble has 163 points. Myself has 162 points. Gregory Smokey Robinson has 128 points. Colton Lanford has 106 points. Timothy Douglas has 74 points. Scott Davis has 67 points. Daniel Hupp has 65 points. Jerry Klontz has 58 points. And Christopher Lee rounds out the field at number 20 with 0 points. We are currently watching Mike Lickens as he makes his time around the track, and Tyrone Yo is making his time around the track. See which individual will have the best. You see the green, that means that these individuals are able. It looks like, okay, Larry Stubblefield is getting out on the track and putting some time down. Tyrone Yo has dropped to 4th place with Mike Likens taking over 2nd place. Larry Stubblefield has the fastest lap right now at 29.75. Kenneth Pack has the 2nd fastest time at 29.84. So we just watched Adrian Schumacher put down the fastest time at 29.59 out of all the drivers out there. So the starting lineup should look like, let's go ahead Oops. I'm sorry. Gotta hide this for a second. Colton Lanford is just now getting on the track trying to get his time out there. While he's out, let's take a look, see if the weather has changed any. It does not appear to have changed at all. Colton Lanford is trying to get his best laps out there, but it doesn't look like he will have too much of an issue with getting up to speed. Colton's first lap was 31.21. If Colton can stay off of the wall and not touch it, keep it clean, he should be able to come around and move up just a little bit more. Now, each individual driver has 4 sets of tires behind the wall. They have 1 set of tires on their car that will carry over from the qualifying lap to the race. So Colton Lanford was able to make a 30.59, still holding him in 9th place. So let's go ahead and take a look, see if that grid will start coming up. Probably won't until all the racers are behind the wall. So starting in first place is Adrian G. Schumacher. Second place on the outside will be Larry Stubblefield. On the inside, Kenneth Pack. Outside in fourth place, babyface James Nelson. Fifth place will be followed by Mike Lickety Splits Likens. On the outside will be Tommy Ozzy Osborne. On the inside will be Tyrone Yo in the number 2. Number 8 will be Curtis SUV Sovereign. On the outside, whoop, why does it look like the cars are going the wrong way? Anyway. In 8th place will be Curtis SUV Sovereign. In 9th place, Colton Lanford of Lanford Nation. And bringing up the rear in 10th place, John Anthony. Yep, okay, I see why. Everybody is lining up. The pace car is getting everybody's attention. They're getting one last notification of how the driver should be doing. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you anything else about each individual, so the cars are coming off of the pace or pit road. They're staying behind the pace car. The pace car's lights are off because as soon as they come around the backstretch, they will take off. You see everybody is starting to line up 2 by 2. We will follow each individual and see how the race goes. Everybody had a good practice session. It looked like, didn't see too many issues that were unintentional with all the drivers. Now, with this being such a small field, we will have some excitement, but it may be a pretty much runaway for the first couple of laps. There will be a break at the 60 lap marker. That is the halfway turn, where all the drivers will be allowed to come in, pit, get new tires and a full tank of gas, and possibly do a windshield tear off. If at any given time the drivers suffer major damage, they have one fast repair so that they can pit and be able to repair their car completely. After that, no more repairs. All the repairs will have to be done by the pit crew and will be on a time limit. As you can see, the drivers are away and Adrian G. Schumacher is leading the pack in full style. As we look at Mike Likens and watch his car. Adrian Schumacher and Larry Stubblefield are pulling away from the pack with Kenneth Pack right behind them, followed by Babyface Nelson. Then we have Mike Lickety Splits Likens, Tommy, Ozzy Osbourne, Curtis, SUV Sovereign, and Colton Lanford. Colton Lanford was able to pass Tyrone Yo and take over 8th place. Tyrone Yo must have spun the tires because he has dropped back 2 positions from 7th to 9th. John Anthony is still holding back there in 10th place. As we look from Kenneth Pack's front grille, we're watching as Larry Stubblefield and Adrian Schumacher come out of turn 2. You see Larry Stubblefield get a little bit loose there coming out of 2 as his back end slid just a little bit. Now we're looking back on the 75 from Kenneth Pack at Babyface Nelson. Now we look forward and see Larry. You see as they go into turn 1, Babyface Nelson is 1 car length back, but he's trying to get up underneath Kenneth Pack and try and force him out of the groove just a little bit. Entering turn 3, Babyface Nelson is hugging that white line and trying his best to keep Kenneth Pack from getting the fastest line. He's also trying to get into some fresh air. Kenneth Pack is pushing Babyface Nelson back and forth and making him jump to the high line, going into 1 and coming out of 2. Coming through the back stretch, Kenneth Pack is entering turn 3. He's staying a middle to low. Those two are working together. Looks like Larry Stubblefield and Adrian Schumacher are trying to work together and keep that lead. You see, as Schumacher goes high, Larry Stubblefield is going low, coming out of the corner. Everywhere that Schumacher goes, Stubblefield goes opposite, trying to get some fresh air and also try and break up the draft so that Stubblefield cannot, or not Stubblefield, but so that Schumacher cannot just walk away. He's trying to keep him pulled back, and we're looking at Kenneth Pack and listening to the tires squall just a little bit as he comes out of turn 2. Going down the backstretch, you see Kenneth Pack goes a little high coming into 3, so he can top off and cut the bottom going into 4 and come out a little bit higher. Curtis SUV Sovereign has passed Tyrone Yo for position 7. Colton Lanford has passed Tyrone Yo for position 8. Tyrone Yo is holding at 9 still. The excitement is not completely out there, but this race is just under 8 laps of starting. We have just went 8 laps, now 9 laps around. We're watching Kenneth Pack and Babyface Nelson fight it out for that 3rd and 4th place. Adrian Schumacher is just running away from the field. He has put a good gap between himself and Larry Stubblefield. The gap right now is 0.66 seconds, which isn't a whole lot, but oh, Schumacher just blinked in and out, which can be a connection issue. But you see the distance of 0.69 seconds growing from Stubblefield. Looking from Stubblefield's point of view, there's about a 10 car length distance in that 0.59 second lead that Schumacher has on him right now. We're going back to Kenneth Pack and watching him and Babyface Nelson battle it out for 3rd and 4th place. These two individuals could work together and possibly pull themselves up and help Larry Stubblefield catch up to Schumacher. As we watch Nelson drop to the inside, Pack just cuts off the front nose there. I see that we are joined by Scott Pack now. He's telling his brother he would like to see him in victory lane tonight. It would be the first win for Kenneth Pack against Schumacher that I know of, if he does win tonight. However, these cars are on limited amount of fuel, and this track will eat their tires up. That's why each individual has 4 sets of tires behind the pit wall. Looking at this, with that being said, we should start seeing these gentlemen around about lap 30 start doing a pit decision. If there is no cautions, you may see your first pit stop under green flag conditions at lap number 30 to 40. Who will be the first one in? I don't know. Last week, we watched... We watched Curtis Sovereign just rub that wall on the outside. Did it put much damage to him? It looks like he's rubbed the paint just a little bit off the right side of his passenger side. He's got Tommy Ozzy Osbourne dropping to the inside and trying to stay away from him as he comes out of turn 3 and 4 going into the front stretch, because he's gotten loose. With that loose vehicle in front of him, you know Tommy Osbourne is watching to make sure that Curtis Sovereign doesn't bounce off the wall and collect him accidentally. You can see a little bit of damage on the front and right side of Curtis Sovereign's vehicle. Now we take a look. As they pass by, you see the vehicles, the back ends are coming around as they come out of the turns of 4 and 2. That's a sign that the back, either they are over braking and throwing the back end around a little bit too much, or they're gassing it, giving it too much gas coming out of the corners, and the back end is trying to push the front end, but it's not doing a very good job because it's over torqued and just pushing around, which is going to cost them in tire wear eventually. That right front tire is going to be squalling and begging for mercy throughout the race. You see, Curtis rubbing that wall. He's lost it going to the inside. He rubbed the wall just a little bit, cut right across in front of Tyrone. Tyrone had to shoot up the wall as Curtis was diving to the inside because he rubbed that wall just a little bit too hard. Now the damage is done. Tyrone's able to go around and start pulling away. Right behind Tyrone is John Anthony in the Bandit car, and he is trying his best to stay away from Curtis Sovereign. Now these cars are tough and everything, but when the damage is done to the front end and to the side, it's going to slow those cars down massively. Curtis Sovereign is now all the way back in 10th place. We watch the drivers as they come and enter turn 1 and 2. Coming out of 2, you see everybody is a little bit high. Tommy Osbourne comes from the bottom of the track. Curtis Sovereign bangs against that wall one more time. His tires have got to be hurting. He has been overdriving like crazy and probably burnt his tires up just a little bit going into turns 1 and 2. However, no caution has been thrown as we go to lap 20. We're watching Tyrone Yo as he's trying his best to catch up to Colton Lanford and the Lanford Nation. Ben Campbell would like to know why Curtis is eating that wall and all the way down in 10th place. Unfortunately, Ben, none of the drivers are able to hear the broadcast, but I will relay those questions whenever we do the interview later. And I am thankful if you are enjoying this and you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe button. Send us a comment. Let me know that you're enjoying everything, all the content. Also, if there's anything you think I can do to make the content better, let me know. I'll do my best. I appreciate it, Ben Campbell, for the like in Facebook. For those that are watching on Facebook, I appreciate the likes. I like, if you want, you can send a comment that way. I promise I will respond back to you as soon as possible. You can send me a message through Facebook. I will get in touch with you and let you know how things are doing. If you'd like to reach out and help us sponsor the QFRL or Quick Finishers Racing League, get in touch with me. We will let you know. And you could see your logo being brought to you across the screen at any given time. To show you what I'm talking about, over in the upper right hand corner, we could possibly fill in a spot with your information on it if you would like to be a sponsor for the Quick Finishers Racing League. Back to the action now. Ozzy Osbourne has passed Colton Lanford for position 6. Colton Lanford is overdriving just a little bit or being very conservative. I can't tell just yet because he has dropped a Actually, Colton has moved up 2 positions, so he is still holding in a good position and being conservative with his tires. As they come on to lap 26, you watch Curtis Sovereign is back there a ways. He is asking for a caution to come out other than him being the caution so that they can re-rack, he can drop in, get some new tires on that car of his. Curtis Sovereign was able to pass John Anthony for position 9. So Curtis Sovereign has worked his way back to the front, or is working his way back forward, even though he is still down 1 position. Tyrone Yo is down 1 position from 7th to 8th place. Let's go ahead and check in on our leaders. We're looking at Adrian Schumacher, who is just running away from the field with a 1.08 second lead. Second place in the 82, he has a 4.12 second lead over Kenneth Pack. Kenneth Pack is 4.5 seconds ahead of Babyface Nelson. Babyface Nelson has a 5.2 second lead over Mike Lickety Split Likens. Mike Lickety Split Likens has a 1.6 second lead over Tommy Osborne. Tommy Osborne's bringing up 6th place. Then we have Colton Lanford, Tyrone Yo, Curtis SUV Sovereign, and John Anthony. As we skip through and take a look at each of the drivers, it looks like we might have our first pit stop coming up. Mike Lickety Split Likens is in the pit. Let's see what the status is. He is the first to pit at lap 30. Next in is John Anthony. So like I told you folks, that lap 30 to 40 is when we will start seeing pit strategies coming into play. Babyface Nelson is now making his way into the pits. Some people think that this is a bad strategy call. However, it could be a benefit because it gets them back out with fresher tires as we watch Colton Lanford just beat the wall down. Now remember, if the drivers come into the pit and they have their fast repair still in the notification slot, whenever they make the first pit stop, whether they have damage or not, the vehicle will completely repair. James Babyface Nelson is on his way out. Kenneth Pack is on his way into the pits. Larry Stubblefield is on his way into the pit. Let's check out the pit strategy real quick. See what's going on here. It says that John Anthony is still in the pits. We now have Colton Lanford coming into the pits. As we look down pit lane, you see Colton Lanford. Here comes Larry Stubblefield out of the pits. Next in is Adrian G. Schumacher. He has put a couple of individuals down a lap. So let's see if they can be able to make it up while he's in the pits. If Schumacher gets those tires and gets out really quick, everybody that pitted before him is going to be struggling as he catches back up to him. Away he goes. Tyrone Yo is in the pit. So is Curtis SUV Sovereign as he comes into the pit. Let's take a look. John Anthony must have some major damage or something, because his car is not coming out of the pits as of yet. There goes Curtis SUV Sovereign and Tyrone Yo. Alright, I'm going to check manually on John Anthony's vehicle. There, see what kind of damage is done to his vehicle real quick, because I'm not understanding what is going on with his vehicle. He must have had some engine trouble or something. Anyway, going back to the dynamic cameras. So, as they came out of the pit, it looks like the only two that are down are Tyrone Yo and Curtis SUV Sovereign. Let's see if they... Yep, Curtis SUV Sovereign is one. Oh, Yo is on the lead lap now. Curtis SUV Sovereign is the only one that is one lap down. John Anthony is back out on the track. Let's see how many laps down. Nope, John Anthony is not back out. It says he is. Oh, John Anthony has disconnected. He is out of the race. I am sorry, folks, to tell y'all that. John Anthony, you had a great 30 laps. I don't know what happened. Thank you for racing with us, though. You do get a few points for finishing, for at least running the race. So, we are down to 9 drivers, ladies and gentlemen. 9 drivers. Your leader right now is the number 82, Larry Stubblefield. He is being chased down by Adrian G. Schumacher, who is behind him by 0.5 50 seconds. Adrian Schumacher is trying to close that lead and get his lead back, but Larry Stubblefield is gaining points as being a leader for the race. He is trying to keep that number 48 behind him. Let's go take a look inside the cockpit. You see in that side view mirror there, that little orange car is right there. We see the flames shooting out of the side in the rear view mirror of Adrian Schumacher, just in the rear view. Adrian Schumacher is trying his best to catch up, and this is from Adrian's point of view. You can see how close Larry Stubblefield is as they come to the start-finish line, crossing lap 42. Correction, lap 41. I thought it was 42. Larry Stubblefield has gained is maintaining control, but it looked like he rubbed that wall just a little bit coming out of 2. There's no... You see the steering wheel bouncing back and forth in Schumacher's hands here. We're looking at Kenneth Pack now. Kenneth is struggling just a little bit as his steering wheel is bouncing back and forth coming out of 4. Going into 2, you see that the steering wheel keeps wanting to shoot to the outside. It does not want to follow the line, and Kenneth is having to fight with it a little bit. You hear the tire squall. I'll be quiet just a little bit and show you what I'm talking about. Listen to the tire squall as he's going into the corners. That's the rubber being worn off of these tires. You hear the brakes and everything. Kenneth is able to apply the brake throttle control through. Let's see, Babyface Nelson. Oh, you see him struggling. He is fighting it just a little bit as they come into the backstretch. He goes into turn 3. That car is not wanting to work with him. You see that tape bouncing back and forth, up and down. It is a fight like none other. Mike Likens is able to maintain control. His hands are shaking just a little bit as he's coming out of 4, entering the front stretch. However, he is able to maintain better control. There is not that much of a distance with the tire squall. We're not hearing that much of a difference with tire squall. Now we're looking at Tommy Osborne as he drives through, entering turn 3. Let's see, does he fight with the steering wheel? He is struggling just a little bit. He got down where he wanted, brought the steering wheel back to where center, maintains control of it, and then as he's entering, he struggles just a little bit, but not very much. Next, we have Colton Lanford watching and right behind Tommy Osborne. You see Colton Lanford struggle just a little bit. His hands are shaky there. The car is drifting toward the... Oh, he gets into the wall. That brought him around just a little bit. We're looking at Tyrone Yo. Tyrone is shaking back and forth just a little bit as he's in turn 1. He's slowly drifting up the track. You can hear the tire squall as his front tire is being eaten alive at this track. Curtis Sovereign coming out of 2 slides up into the backstretch. Let's see if he brakes or if he uses throttle control. Entering 3, it sounds like throttle control. He let off the throttle a little bit, drops down below, not too much tire wear as he was going into it. Alright, I know y'all are tired of looking at these drivers' hands and seeing how they do, so let's go back to the excitement on the track. Adrian Schumacher has passed Larry Stubblefield for first place now. Schumacher is now coming up and trying to, oh, he does lap Tommy Osborne. He puts Osborne down a lap. Mike Lickety Split Likens is also going to go down a lap if Schumacher is able to come around and come off of the corner faster. We're watching. You see Larry Stubblefield is past. Stubblefield was passing Colton Lanford, adding more insult to injury to Colton Lanford. Now Mike Likens is down a lap as well. So Kenneth Pack, Babyface Nelson, Larry Stubblefield, and Adrian Schumacher are the only 4 cars on the lead lap. This is going to make it very interesting here, folks. Everybody else is 1 lap down from 5th place on down. The only way that they can make it up is for an accident, or here at lap 60 that they hope that Adrian Schumacher, Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, and Babyface Nelson pit and stay on pit lane forever and a day so that everybody can come around 1 lap and then catch up to the leaders. However, it looks like Ozzy Osbourne will be the one who get the free wave around because he is still in front of Mike Likens. He has been Tommy Osborne was able to overtake Mike Likens for 5th place. You see now as Larry Stubblefield is trying to catch up to Tommy Osborne and put him in the catbird seat of being an extra lap or an extra person a lap down. Tommy Osborne is trying his best to keep everybody other than Adrian Schumacher out of his hair. He is trying to keep Adrian Schumacher right there in front of him so that he can see what is going on and doesn't go that far back being a lap down. Colton Lanford has passed Mike Lickety Split Likens for position 6 now. Colton Lanford is moving up the field as he has moved 3 spots forward from the start of this race. We're watching Larry Stubblefield go to the inside and pass Tommy Osborne who is on the outside in the backstretch. Now as they're entering turn 3, Larry Stubblefield drops to the inside. Tommy Osborne follows behind him. We are watching them come through. Larry Stubblefield is trying his best to catch up to Adrian Schumacher. We're on lap 56 with 4 laps to go before the intermission. At lap 60, a competition yellow flag caution will be thrown. That will signify the midpoint of the race. This race has been brought to you by Mudslide Media. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. I am affiliated with the QFRL Quick Finishers Racing League, brought to you by Curtis Sovereign, James Nelson, and Jamie Mullins. We are racing tonight at Texas Motor Speedway for the Mine is Bigger 180. We're on lap 58 now, with 2 laps left before the competition midpoint race Your leader is Adrian G. Schumacher, Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, James Babyface Nelson, Tommy Ozzy Osborne, Colton Lanford bringing up 6th. Mike Lickety Split Likens is in 7th. Tyrone Yo is in 8th place, and Curtis SUV Sovereign is in 9th place. John Anthony was eliminated or out of the race at lap 30. Hopefully everything is okay with John Anthony, but it might have been an internet connection. We do not know. So we have 9 racers tonight, bringing you a pretty exciting race as we look at James Nelson trying to get around Curtis SUV Sovereign. They are flying side by side, entering turn 2. The caution should be coming out. There it goes. We have the caution at lap 60. James Babyface Nelson needed to throw that caution, but that's why he was slowing down just a little bit. So as we come into this caution, we're going to take a look at the pit lane and see how these individuals come down pit road. See what the race looks like coming off of pit road. Or if these drivers are even going to attempt to hit pit road. If all drivers do come down and get gas and fuel, then we will see a race coming off of pit road between Adrian G. Schumacher, Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, and James Babyface Nelson. Then the next race off of pit road, because Ozzy from 5th to 9th are all 1 lap down, you should see a race between Tommy Osborne, Colton Lamford, Mike Likens, Tyrone Yo, and Curtis SUV Sovereign. So here comes the leaders. It's Adrian G. Schumacher, Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, and Babyface Nelson. Let's see how they come into the pit lane. The first one into the stall is Stubblefield. Stubblefield was first in. Schumacher right behind him, Pack behind him, and Nelson. All 4 tires are going to be changed. The fuel is being topped off. Who's the first one away? It is Adrian Schumacher, followed by Stubblefield, followed by Pack. Something is wrong with Nelson. Nelson's car is being slow. Are they repairing damage on his car? This is major. Stubblefield is now away, and the first one next down is Tommy Osborne. Tommy Osborne is able to make it to his pit stall. Let's see what happens. I want to go back to pit lane, not watch Babyface. Osborne's in. He's getting his tires going through. You see the side go down, away goes Osborne. Who's next coming down? I see Colton Lanford, Mike Likens, Tyrone Yo, and Curtis SUV Sovereign. They're all in the pits now. Let's see how it stacks up. Which one will do what? Who gets in first? Who overshoots their pit? And who is able to drive away fastest? I've seen one vehicle backing up. I can't tell you just yet who it would be. It looks like it might have been No, Tyrone is normal. Colton Lanford is away. Or no, Mike Likens is away. Tyrone Yo is away. Colton Lanford is away. So Curtis SUV Sovereign is having issues, and Mike Lickety Split Likens are having issues. They must have a lot of damage and are having to repair that damage. Well, with that being said, let's get back out to our leaders and check on them. The lights are still on the pace car as it leads them around. So let's see who will be able to get away and get out of the pit first. Will it be Mike Likens or Curtis SUV Sovereign? Mike Likens is out of the pits. Curtis Sovereign is out of the pits. They are trying to catch up to the rest of the tail end of the track, or tail end of the track. They are trying to catch up to the tail end of the field. The lights are off on the pace car as it's coming around. So this time around, the pace car will drop into the pit road, and we will see at the Geico restart zone a brand new start. Let's see if any of the drivers will wind up spinning their tires or if they will have a good clean start. As they come to the turn 3, you see some of the tail end catching up to the field. So everybody from 6th place to 9th place is 1 lap down. Our leading field is Adrian Schumacher, Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, Babyface James Nelson, and Tommy Ozzy Osborne. Pace car is diving in now. You hear the engines roaring. Let's see if anybody misses it at the start-finish line. Did not hear any miscues off of the start-finish line. Turn the volume back down just a little bit so that it's not killing any of y'all. We're watching. Mike Likens was able to take over 7th place from Tyrone Yo, and Curtis SUV Sovereign was able to pass Tyrone Yo for 8th place. We're looking back now from Babyface Nelson's car at Colton Lanford. Babyface Nelson is trying to stay to the inside of the track underneath Kenneth Pack and use him to pull him closer and around the track. Colton Lanford has moved past. He has moved past and up the field past Mike Likens, but he is still 1 lap down behind Tommy Osborne. He is going to have to go around Adrian Schumacher to be able to get that lap back and be a threat to Tommy Osborne. Watching Nelson as he comes through the corner. He stays low and is able to maintain as he goes up against the wall. Nelson is trying to close the gap between Pack. Pack is right on the bumper of Stubblefield. Stubblefield is right on the bumper of Schumacher. Every last driver from Osborne back is praying and hoping to see an accident that would cause the leaders to crash. Oh, we got a little bit sideways with Mike Likens there. Likens was sliding just a little bit as Colton Lanford came around, passing Likens for position 6. Kenneth Pack and James Nelson are still fighting it out for 3rd and 4th place. Tommy Osborne is holding 5th place all on his own. He's not too worried because Colton Lanford has to come all the way back around the track one more time, and he has to just stay behind Babyface Nelson and out of the way of everybody else. That's why I say Tommy Osborne is hoping that Adrian Schumacher and Larry Stubblefield will get together and wipe out the front two so that he can take over the lead. We're watching Schumacher starting to pull away from Larry Stubblefield right now. Stubblefield is 4.41 seconds behind Schumacher. As they come across the start-finish line, it's 0.45 seconds, a 0.44 second gap. Babyface Nelson was able to move around Kenneth Pack, moving into 3rd place. Pack has dropped down to 4th place. Tommy Osborne is still in 5th place. Mike Likens has been able to move around Colton Lanford and take over 6th place. Colton Lanford is in 7th. Curtis SUV Sovereign is in 8th, and Tyrone Yo is in 9th. Rounding out the field, but out of the race, is John Anthony, unfortunately. You see the fight between Kenneth Pack and Babyface Nelson. Pack is going to the inside. Now he shoots right behind Nelson because Nelson's shooting low going into the corner. Staying low against that white line, coming out, they go against the outside wall just a little bit, coming across the start-finish line. We're looking at Kenneth Pack as he throttle controls through 1 and now 2. Watching Mike Likens trying his best to catch up, and he wants back on the lead lap. Now the pit strategies, we're 47 laps to go. The next time we should see a pit stop should be at 30 laps to go. However, some of these drivers may wait till 20 laps to go. But that is stretching it on these tires. These tires may not be able to handle a set where they put 40 laps on one set of tires here at Texas Motor Speedway. We're 45 laps to go till the end of the race. This will be a fun race. It has been a pretty interesting race tonight. We have seen a change of leaders a couple of times, where the most excitement has been between the 3rd and 4th place drivers, James Babyface Nelson and Kenneth Old Man Pack. I know Old Man belongs to Greg Barnett, but Kenneth is the oldest man out here tonight. Kenneth just did a slide job coming out of 4, slides right up in front of Babyface Nelson. We're looking at that Prisma Health car from the front end of James Nelson's bumper cam. They are literally right on each other. Babyface Nelson is only 0.1 seconds behind Kenneth Pack. Tom Osborne is 0.6 seconds back behind Kenneth Pack. Kenneth Pack, you see as he goes into the corner, he is using throttle control to maintain control, and oh, he gets a little bit loose there coming out of 2. Watch that back end slide just a little bit going through the corner there. We're coming out of 4. As they come to the start-finish line, you see Kenneth Pack is walking away just a little bit now from Babyface Nelson. Adrian Schumacher is trying to put some distance between himself and Larry Stubblefield. Both of these drivers have been putting on a clinic tonight. Adrian Schumacher is going to be our leader with the most laps led tonight. We're at 42 laps, now 41 laps left in this race. It has been a pretty interesting race for the night. Schumacher and Stubblefield are running almost neck and neck, but not quite. If you look, Stubblefield is 0.4 seconds. 0.4 seconds. That's faster than you can blink at times. Behind Larry is 0.4 seconds slower than Stubblefield. Or Schumacher. Oh my goodness gracious. Mike Likens has entered the pits. Let's see what happened. Let's go back and take a look at that and see exactly what happened here. I'm going to rewind it just a little bit because I don't think he ran out of gas, but we will see. What exactly caused Mike Likens to have to stop and pit? He's in the... Oh, he is out of gas. Ladies and gentlemen. You hear him sputtering. He is trying to make it through pit lane. Let's go back live now. Hold on. Mike Lickety Split Likens is now out of the pits, but he is down 4 positions due to the fact, oh no, he is out of the race now. Mike Likens has been dropped from the race. Hate to see anything like that happen. Hopefully it wasn't anything dramatic. Maybe he just had a bad connection or something. So, the race is still Adrian Schumacher, Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, James Babyface Nelson, Tommy Ozzy Osborne on the lead lap. Colton Lanford, Tyrone Yo, and Curtis SUV Sovereign are 1 lap down. They round out 6th, 7th, and 8th are 1 lap down. The 2 individuals who are out of the race are Mike Lickety Split Likens and John Anthony. We are 36 laps left to go in this race. Coming to you from Texas Motor Speedway. Yeah. Sorry. For a second I was thinking Super Speedway, but it's not. It's the Texas Motor Speedway. This has been brought to you by the Quick Finishers Racing League. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. We're watching Adrian Schumacher just put on a clinic tonight. It has been a pretty even race tonight. Ooh, we just watched Colton Lanford run into the outside wall at the start-finish line. He rode that wall all the way down. Tyrone Yo is now in 6th place, while Colton Lanford is damaged and moving backwards through the field. Kenneth Pack is holding off Babyface Nelson for the 3rd place. We're looking at Colton Lanford now as he comes around the track. He rubs the wall again. Oh, and Curtis SUV Sovereign was able to get past him. Curtis Sovereign is now entering turn 1, holding a pretty low line, able to keep momentum and speed. Colton Lanford is having issues with those tires. We are at 32 laps to go. Let's see if a pit stop is going to be coming into play for any of these drivers. Within the next 10 laps, the first pit stop should be coming in. With 32 laps to go, 31 laps now. Within the next 11 laps, we should start seeing pit stops. And we do. We have Colton Lamford in the pit area. Colton Lamford is going to probably be getting as much repair done to his car as possible after riding that wall for the entire front stretch, it looked like. Colton Lamford is on his way out of the pits. He must have held on to his fast repair, got brand new tires, a full tank of gas, and now he's back out on the track. We're watching Kenneth Pack as he comes around. He's got a good lead. You see Colton Lamford is moving up the track. Let's see if he hinders or helps Kenneth Pack get around through corner 3 and 4. We are 29 laps left in this race. All these drivers, the next driver is Babyface Nelson entering the pits now to get his set of tires. If he has any damage done to his vehicle, get that fixed up and get a whole tank of gas to finish out the race. But what is most important right now is the tires of the race. Babyface Nelson is pitted. He's getting and on his way out. Kenneth Pack is now on his way into the pits. Larry Stubblefield is still out on the track. 28 laps to go. Adrian Schumacher is going to try and push as fast as he can around the track and see if he can be able to put laps down. Stubblefield is using the same pit strategy as Schumacher. You see Colton Lamford here catching Stubblefield and Schumacher. The tires are finally going away. Lamford is moving to the inside. He has to catch Stubblefield and Schumacher, both of those drivers, to get 1 lap back. He is 2 laps down. Kenneth Pack and Babyface Nelson are on the track now. Tommy Osborne is still on the lead lap. No. Osborne is in the pits. He is heading down to get new tires. 26 laps to go. Somebody is out of their mind if they think that they can finish the entire race without pitting. Adrian Schumacher and Larry Stubblefield must think that they can be able to continue the race because they are laps ahead of everybody else. They're 1 lap ahead of Kenneth Pack and Babyface Nelson. However, their tires at 25 laps to go are fading away. We just watched Colton Lamford get a lap back as he was able to fly by Schumacher like he was sitting still. Schumacher and Stubblefield are both in the pits now, along with Tyrone Yo and Curtis SUV Sovereign. And Tommy Osborne. Tommy Osborne is trying to get away before Schumacher and Stubblefield finish their pit stops. Our leaders are still Adrian Schumacher and Larry Stubblefield, but Kenneth Pack is trying to get back up there and get back on the... Schumacher is away. Will Kenneth Pack be able to get back on the lead lap? He's got to come around the corner. Osborne is away also. Stubblefield is away. Babyface Nelson, Kenneth Pack are coming around the corner. Will they get up there? You see them. Here they come down the backstretch. You see Tommy Osborne is leading the charge into 4. Pack and Stubblefield. Nelson is trying to catch Stubblefield and get around him. Kenneth Pack was able to get around Stubblefield. Kenneth Pack is right behind Nelson. Or correction, Nelson is right behind Stubblefield. Adrian Schumacher is still in the lead. The lead is only by 1.4 seconds over Kenneth Pack. We're watching as Schumacher pulls away from Tommy Osborne. Kenneth Pack is trying to get around Tommy Osborne. Right behind Kenneth Pack is Larry Stubblefield. We have 22 laps left to go in this race. Kenneth Pack is your second place runner, but Larry Stubblefield is trying to move to the inside as they come into turn 1. Will he be able to do it? Yes, he gets around Kenneth Pack on the inside. He is going to the inside and slowly comes up next to Tommy Osborne. Colton Lamford has his foot down. He is trying to get back up on that lead lap. We're watching one heck of a race. Kenneth Pack just gets around Tommy Osborne. Now we need Babyface Nelson to get around Tommy Osborne. You see from Kenneth Pack's point of view, he's looking at the back end of Stubblefield and watching Adrian Schumacher pull away from him, going into 3, coming out of 4. Schumacher is just putting a big old gap. Babyface Nelson is doing everything he can to keep up there in 4th place. Colton Lamford is trying to get back on the lead lap, but he is holding Tyrone Yo, Tommy Osborne, and Curtis SUV Sovereign off in 5th place. At one point, we're 18 laps now left in this race. At one point, Colton Lamford was the fastest mover on the track. Again, this race is being brought to you by Mudslide Media. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. You know, Adrian G. Schumacher is hoping and praying that everything for the next 17 laps will stay green. However, you have Colton Lamford hoping and praying that a caution will come out because he is the 1 lap down car and will get back on the lead lap. First place right now is Adrian Schumacher. Second place is Larry Stubblefield. Third place is Kenneth Pack. Fourth place is Babyface James Nelson. We're watching Schumacher put Tyrone Yo 1 more lap down. So Tyrone Yo, Tommy Ozzy Osborne, and Curtis SUV Sovereign are 2 laps down. Colton Lamford is next in the line of sight for Adrian Schumacher. 15 laps left to go now. Watching Kenneth Pack trying his best to catch up to Larry Stubblefield. Tommy Osborne is pushing as best as he can to try and get Kenneth Pack, his friend and buddy, up there to the leaders. The leaders are slowly pulling away though. We're looking at Tyrone Yo as he comes into the front stretch. Every time Tyrone Yo is going to be around, he's drifted up the track. So he said, gentlemen, I'm racing, but y'all have better vehicle than me. Go ahead and pass me on the inside. This is the sportsman that we see with 14 laps left to go. The leader, Adrian Schumacher, and Larry Stubblefield and Kenneth Pack and Babyface Nelson are getting the wave around from the drivers who are a lap down. 13 laps left in this race. Adrian Schumacher is looking at the back end of Colton Lamford, and he's telling him, please move up the track so I can go around you. Don't bring out any cautions. Colton Lamford is not wanting to do it, but he lets Adrian Schumacher by with no problems. Colton Lamford is now in 5th place, but 2 laps down. We're watching Larry Stubblefield ask for the same courtesy as Adrian Schumacher got from Colton Lamford. Colton decides to stay high. Larry goes to the inside. He is holding the car low, coming out of the corner. He is able to go to the wall with no problems. We are a respectful racing league. Each of the drivers will cuss each other out if they have the chance. It looks like Colton Lamford has lost the back traction, the traction off of his rear tires, as you see him slowly over driving because one tire is getting more traction than the other and pushing the car around. These cars are fishtailing coming out. We are 10 laps left to go. The battle right now is between Colton and Tyrone Yo. Colton Lamford and Tyrone Yo are battling it out for 5th place. Tyrone drops to the inside. Colton does not have enough traction. He slowly drifts down. Now he's drifting up as he comes sideways off of the corner, crossing the start-finish line. We watch you hear the tires squalling as Colton is putting the pressure to the tires. Colton drifts up the track. He loses control just a little bit. Fishtails. Tyrone Yo is passing on the outside, going into 3. Coming out of 4, Colton Lamford was able to get back up, but it looked like he tagged the wall in the Geico restart zone. 8 laps left to go, folks. Tyrone Yo is not burning his tires up too much. Tommy Osborne is right behind Tyrone Yo, moving up unnoticed and unhindered as they enter into 3. He is slowly working his way up the field. Curtis SUV Sovereign has disappeared from the rest of the track. Nobody has seen him tonight. Tommy Osborne is sneaking up behind Tyrone Yo and Colton Lamford. He is staying low to the inside, coming out of 2. He moves to the inside in the backstretch, overtakes Tyrone Yo. Tyrone is now in 7th place. Tommy Osborne in 6th. Nobody has seen or heard from Curtis SUV Sovereign. Colton Lamford is looking in his rear view as he drifts up the track, and there goes Tommy Osborne. Oh, he got into the wall. Colton Lamford is now back to 7th place because he got into the wall, and Tommy Osborne and Tyrone Yo were able to slide right past him as he was rubbing the wall and slowed down. There is some damage to the outside. Kenneth Pack is trying to get around the slower cars and catch back up to the leaders. Colton Lamford shoots to the inside of the track to let Kenneth Pack by without any problems. Tyrone Yo and Tommy Osborne have moved to the outside. Tommy is putting some distance on Yo. There is a roughly, something's going on with Tommy's car as he slowed down coming out of 2, going into the backstretch, allowing Tyrone Yo to catch up to him. We saw Colton Lamford bounce off the outside wall coming out of 2 right in front of Kenneth Pack. You know that had to frustrate Kenneth just a little bit because he had to slow down. Kenneth Pack is now trying to get around Colton Lamford without any hindrance, but he's hesitant due to the fact Colton has smacked the outside wall several times in the past lap or 2. James Babyface Nelson is way behind Kenneth Pack. There is roughly 3 seconds between Kenneth Pack and Babyface Nelson. There is 8 seconds between Kenneth Pack and Larry Stubblefield. Adrian Schumacher has put on a clinic tonight and just walked away with this. With 2 laps left in the race, folks. We're watching. Oh, Colton Lamford is sliding all over the place. Tommy Osborne, final lap. All bets are off. Let's go check out the leaders. We're going to watch the leaders as they come across the start-finish line. It will be Adrian Schumacher, Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, James Babyface Nelson, Tommy Ozzy Osborne, Tyrone Yo, Colton Lamford, and Curtis, I can't find him, SUV Salburn. Let's go check on Curtis and see what's the issue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this winds up the Mine is Bigger 180 for the night. Curtis SUV Sovereign is not dead last, but he has not made an impact tonight. Let's switch over now. Go back to our, see what, I know it was coming. Adrian had to, that is our way of saying welcome to the league, y'all. All right. Go here. We're going to jump into the Discord and talk to some of the drivers tonight.
There's people out. Peace.
Gentlemen, it was a good night of racing tonight, was it not?
I don't know. You tell us. You were watching.
Well, it stayed clean all night long. So the only issue is, did Adrian, or not Adrian, did John Anthony and shoot, I forget who the other one was. Is John Anthony? Yeah, Mike. Did they have connection issues and have to drop out?
Don't know.
Okay. We were trying to figure it. I was trying to figure it out because it showed them going into the pit and then disconnecting from there. So.
Hey, if you do a burnout in the black on the grass, it turns it green.
Yeah. You're scrubbing the paint off of the grass.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, Ben Campbell would like to send a message and ask Curtis Sovereign, what happened tonight, man? Why are you eating the wall?
He's hungry.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we could reply to Ben with, why aren't you racing with us?
Yeah. So, Adrian, you put on a clinic tonight, leading the most laps out there.
All right, well now you got to hit me, Ken. You got me stuck in the wall.
Hell, I can't.
Oh,
Here,
yeah.
my motor's dead.
I think we're the last 2 here.
Adrian, did you feel like you just walking away with it tonight and had no issues with anybody out there?
Yeah, just trying to save tire, and Larry did take the lead, which I didn't know what dirty air was going to do to me. So he was the only one who gave me some kind of trouble.
Well, we noticed that I was speculating around about 30 laps to go to 25 laps to go. Most drivers would start pitting because of the tire wear. However, you pitted almost 22 laps to go. Was that something you were planning on, or were you just unaware that your tires had worn out until Colton flew by you?
Unaware.
Just
Tires.
you want to run as long as you can, so you have the fresher tires and you get rewarded with better lap times later in the run when you do that. So it's part of the strategy.
Okay. But like I said, you put on a show here for the past 2 weeks. It seems like these longer mile-and-a-half tracks are your bread and butter. Are coming up next week. I think hold on. I had the schedule just a second ago. I think we're going to a short track. Do you have any issues with a track like that?
Mark, next week we're going to be off, by the way. It'll be a recruitment race, but that'll be the week after.
Oh, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. We are...
Actually, Friday and Tuesday are both recruitment races.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we're...
Sorry, we didn't get with you before.
Okay. So June 6th race is not an actual recorded race.
No, not
Correct.
June 6th.
No, June 6th is the... okay, next week would be the 30th.
Be May 30th.
So the
Okay.
26th and the 30th are both recruitment races.
Okay. All right. Now, so we're heading to Phoenix the week after that. Do you feel that that's a strong track for you, Adrian?
Yeah, I feel like it's strong. I can be strong at it. But yeah, we'll see.
Why does Larry always run away?
He doesn't want you to interview him.
Oh, okay. I see. He's scared. So, Kenneth, what was the strong points for you tonight?
Strong point was 3 and 4, but the car I just struggled with it. It wanted too tight, too pushy. It wanted to, and I just couldn't keep the pace.
Did you burn up? Did you burn up any of your tires coming through the corners?
First run, the right front was down to 48%. After that, I backed off a little bit, and it stayed around maybe about 58 to 60%.
Okay.
But overall, it was a good run. I'll take a third place finish.
Well, you and Nelson seem to be battling it out there for a while.
Well, we no matter where we go, we just seem to battle each other every week. That's just what we do.
Well, was there anybody else that you felt confident racing around, or did anybody worry you tonight?
No, I didn't see anybody that really worried me on track tonight.
He's being modest.
Not well.
I almost killed you near the end there.
There toward the end, Colton kind of worried me because I'd done seen him get the wall about 2 or 3 times up ahead of me.
Yeah, we watched that several times, and I was trying to figure out what was going on, Colton, since you're here. What was going on and getting you to be sideways and rubbing that wall so bad?
I had to pit early because when I was riding the wall down the front stretch, I got a meatball flag, so I had to go pit a lot sooner than I wanted to. And so I'm always talking about you. But yeah, no, I tore my tires up just trying to keep away from Tyrone and Tommy and just trying to finish the race in fifth. But nah, I tore them up, just trying to keep hold of it and stay out of everybody's way.
Well, James, we noticed that you and Kenneth was having a good fight, but he just got the better of you tonight, it looked like.
Yeah, no, I was burning up my front tires. I was turning the wheel too much. I figured it out, but it was too late to do anything about it.
Was
I mean, if
you...
we're being honest, Kenneth is usually just a smidge faster than me. But we stay close enough to irritate each other.
Did y'all not, during the practice, get everything figured out with the tire wear and the steering ratios and stuff?
Well, obviously, we
Well-
didn't, because several of us have told you how we burned off the front tires.
I mean...
We're not fully prepared, and we did not get everything figured out. Mark.
Did you increase from the standard set, or did y'all decrease whenever the standard settings, or did you just keep it at the same one? Is pretty much what I'm asking.
I run 16 to 1 in regular, and I run the 1.57 in next gen. I'm always at the highest one.
Okay. So you were oversteering, it sounds like.
I was overstanding by the time I figured it out. It was too late. Of course, you know, give me about a month, and I'll have a steering wheel that's going to solve that problem.
Oh, are you getting a brand new steering wheel then?
No, if I have to sell my left nut, I will.
Well, we hope it doesn't come to that.
On that note, I'll talk to y'all later. Mark, thanks for streaming. Boys, y'all race good. We'll talk to y'all later.
Yep.
Buddy.
All right.
I forgot to turn all my fans on. I'm sweating and burning up.
Yeah, racing will do it to you. So
My cooling suit wasn't working tonight.
got to
Mr.
go invest.
Schumacher has 6 wins this season.
Yeah, he's the most wins.
I don't know. We just ain't got nothing for him. I don't think no matter where we run.
He's got 12 bonus points, and he's 5th in points because thank God he misses a few.
Yeah, that's the only reason he ain't. I believe that's the only reason he is not in the number 1 position right now.
Oh, by far.
So is because he has missed several races.
Let's see, what's the points look like now?
I will.
Let's see.
We got Larry in first with 355. James in second with 310. Mike Likens has 308. Tommy has 296. Schumacher with 293. Curtis with 283. John Anthony with 258. Kenneth with 245 due to him missing multiple races. Tyrone 241. Greg Barnett 227, also because he's been missing races lately. And then we got Rada at 193. Jim Humble at 163. Mr. Hollyfield, we're not going to say because he's now our wonderful and best broadcaster ever.
You ain't got to lie.
A little bit. Colt at 143 and Smokey Robinson at 128. So Larry's got a sizable lead. And everybody else is just fighting for second for the moment until Adrian decides he's going to be a bit more consistent, and then we're all going to have problems.
Yep. So Adrian is kicking everybody's butt out there.
And it sounds like he's got a buddy coming in who's as fast as he. So we may have somebody entering the league that's going to stir it up a little bit.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Well, if it's somebody maybe can run with Adrian, maybe they'll take each other out every now and then.
You can. Yeah, I was gonna say you can hope.
Yes, we can.
So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and oh shit, try and step out of the Control Z. Sorry,
Yep.
I was trying to get a picture for the race.
Go for it. Definitely get the picture. Good job. You to me.
And I've been adding the pictures to the slideshow that happens and everything. So I got to go back and take a look at. I should put Nelson's car hanging on the wall there.
That's a good picture.
Yeah, oh yeah, and Kenneth's car just sitting there looking at it, going, "Hey, hey."
Yeah, he put me on the wall and then he wouldn't even knock me off. Jerk.
I couldn't. My motor was gone.
He's like, "I couldn't do nothing for you. I wound up blowing my engine getting you up there."
Hell no, I knocked my engine slap out of that car.
So
Ooh, 125 driver.
we do need to get more people in here, but
Well, recruitment races for the next 2 sessions.
all right. So Friday night and Tuesday night are going to be recruitment races. Is next Friday going to be a regular race then?
That's the one after Memorial Day, right? That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one after Memorial Day, because Memorial Day weekend is.
So that would be the 2nd. Yes, there should be a race on the 2nd, correct.
Okay.
I don't know what's next in his schedule, but
I don't either.
I wish he would build it on out at least a few races.
well,
Yeah.
you guys should mention that to him.
I'm trying to get it set up so that the broadcast can have stuff out there too. So
Tell him that. We've made an agreement.
you don't mess with his race, he don't mess with yours.
Exactly. But if you guys have opinions, you can talk to him.
Okay.
I will not. He runs however he wants to run, and I'll be happy to endorse whatever that is. However, if you guys want to see something different, by all means. We're reasonable people, I think.
Yeah. So
One thing, Kenneth, if I moved the Tuesday night times, and Mark too, actually, if I moved the Tuesday night times back to practice starting at 8 and we start racing around 9, does that bother either of you two?
You know that don't bother me. That's something that I want.
Okay. Mark?
it doesn't bother me. It would actually help a little bit with some stuff that I've got going on.
That's actually what I'm hearing from several people, myself included.
So
Like putting kids to bed and stuff like that. I'm not saying that's what it'll help with you, but like for me, it would help with putting the kids to bed and getting the wife happier, and I think it would be Curtis too. I know
Yeah.
Kenneth's will love it later. So I'm going to keep asking a few more people, but I think I'm going to move it. I'll go through and rebuild this, edit all the races to move the times.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. You know I am.
Yeah, I think so. Because what time is it right now? It is 10 o'clock. The race is over. And it's been over for, what, 10, 15 minutes?
Something like that.
So if we move it half an hour, we're still finishing races by 10:30. And I don't know about you guys, I'm routinely on iRacing until 11 o'clock at night, pretty much every night.
Yeah. Usually after the race, I get done and do stuff with the wife, but
We don't need to hear about that, Mark. Are you still broadcasting?
yes, I'm still broadcasting. So,
Well, you keep your relationship with your wife to yourself.
well, no. What I wasn't meaning like what I'm talking about is usually after the race and everything, me and the wife go about and we have dinner or something of that sort. We're just having.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
If I
It's
said
okay, I know.
if I said it like that and mine heard it, she'd be like, that's all you think about. I said, just 'cause I'm old don't mean I want to quit.
Right? That's a freaking movie. Oh, they have a Gen 4 Cup in officials. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
But it's a Class C. I'll get destroyed if I race in one of those.
No, you won't.
Yeah,
Yes, I will.
I bet it'd be about the same as
You
running
get a
them.
4X in that
them,
race, it'll take away half
It'd
of
probably be like running them ARCA races.
See, and that sucks because I love running ARCA, but if you get touched by one dude, your safety rating is screwed.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and back out of here and go shut down the broadcast for the night. Oh, and Kenneth, your brother said good race, but he wanted to see you in victory lane.
Not with them two. Hell, it's just not in that car anyway.
By the way,
I think sometimes I've got something for Larry in
I think you
in
had
the
something
cup
for Larry
car.
tonight if you really wanted to push it.
I was, to be honest, I was worried more about getting away from James than catching them.
Well, no, near the end of the race, you and I I didn't.
Well,
think you were
it surprised. I thought they had already pitted. It surprised me that when there I come by and Larry's just now coming off pit road. I'm like, well, where the hell's Adrian at? I might get the lead here.
Adrian wasn't that far in front of you.
No.
Yeah, Larry came up right in front of me, and I was like, oh, holy crap. I was like, all right, well, shoot. Kenneth has a chance to keep him behind him if he pushes it. And you were like, go on by.
Well, I figured if I fought him, which he would fight me hard, that would allow you to catch up. So I just let him
Well,
go.
yeah. Why do you think I was telling you to fight him?
I know what you're wanting. I just wasn't going to do it because.
And, I mean, it'd be nice to see somebody finish in front of him.
I mean, if they sometimes I'd just like to put Larry in the wall, but I just ain't gonna do it.
On the rare time that I can actually do something, like beat him out of a corner or he wrecks trying to pass me where I didn't do anything wrong, it's such a. But there's been a couple times I've bumped him and stuff, and that is such a horrible feeling.
But see, for a long time, I fought to be able to beat Jamie Mullins, and I've got to where I can do that sometimes, so I'm proud of that. Now it's Larry.
Well, shit, you're still on that list with me. You're usually a little faster. I mean, we're close, but
I think you'll get better. You get your direct drive wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't just get better overnight with this thing.
No.
I mean, it took some getting used to, but
no. But I've been watching. You've got Curtis, Mark, Tyrone. All three I know got direct drive wheels recently.
Mm-hmm.
All three jumped up in performance within 2 weeks. Mark almost completely stopped wrecking on his own. He started going through races with 0Xs. He even sped up a bit. Curtis almost overnight took half a second off of every lap time. And Tyrone has gotten better as well. Curtis is the one that really jumped the most. Like, he went from kind of being in the back to, why are you in second? Like, get the hell out of my way, dude. Like, oh shit, I can't pass you. Like, you're really fast. So I'm hoping that I'll at least get competitive with you, Greg, and Larry are my three big.
I don't know. I got a feeling that I don't know. Larry's got something there that he don't tell.
He's
And I guess I wouldn't either. But I mean, you know, I think maybe he's got something there.
he's got the experience of being doing this for a lot longer.
Hell, I've done this damn shit since '94. I done the beta testing shit for Papyrus in
Hey, guys.
94.
Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt, but my wife needs my help. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, look at y'all. I gotta work Friday.
It'll
It'll
be
some point.
it'll
I'm
probably be
off
next
tomorrow.
Friday.
Well, if anybody's around 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow night, I'll be doing that ER thing. I'll be in a server somewhere.
Okay.
Hell, just let me know. I'll at least watch or something if I can.
Well, it's being professionally broadcast on like YouTube and shit. If you just Google the ERA thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, two-person broadcast team and everything.
I think I went to their website at one point and I never did sign up for that shit.
All right. I had to back out. Kenneth can talk your ear off. I've talked your ear off. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a good night. I hope everybody had a good time. Thank you for watching Mudslide Media, affiliate of Quick Finishers Racing League. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. I hope everybody had a good time. We will not be broadcasting, as you heard, this Friday night or next Tuesday night. The next race will be June 2nd. Yeah, June 2nd will be the next broadcasted race. I look forward to seeing everybody then. Where we're racing at, I don't remember exactly. I'll have to go in, find it, look it up. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight and staying with me, watching as we go through everything. Hope y'all have a good time. Stay safe. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Remember what Memorial Day weekend is all about, though. It is not for the soldier that is home. It is for the soldier who never came back. Just remember, if you know somebody who served or who did serve and didn't make it back, remember that person. Remember those who did serve and was overseas that went over there. They may be struggling and having a hard time because they came back without somebody. So hopefully you have a good Memorial Day weekend. Remember what it's all about, though. It is for the soldier who never came home.